Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, and welcome to Overcoming Fear, Getting Unstuck, and Living a Courageous Life. It's so easy sometimes to just go into the humdrum, day in, day out, doing the same thing yesterday that we did the day before, and then doing the same thing today that we did yesterday. The goal, however, is to do something different, to branch out, okay? Because if we do the same thing that we did yesterday and the day before and the day before, we're going to get the same results. Okay, so they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing the same way and expecting a different result. So I'm here today to remind you and remind myself too, that we've got to do something different, okay? Hang out with a new tribe, join a new group, take a new way home, eat something different, go to a new restaurant, not the same restaurants that you've always gone to, with the same friends that you've always hung out with. It's time to do something different and do something new, especially if you're expecting to get a brand new result. So sometimes we're doing things in the world and it's just not seeming like it's working. Okay, so the secret is sometimes we have to not just do things differently, as in, okay, we're starting a new business or we're endeavoring to grow our business, but we also need to branch out in terms of the way that we live our lives and do something different. Okay, so chances are you know about the same things that your friends know, and that's why they're friends, because you guys talk to each other and you share information. So if you want to go to another level, it would make sense that we would need to connect with some other people. All right. So, as you know, I've written the book. It's called 10 Secrets to Overcoming Fear, Getting Unstuck, and Living Your Best Life. And I'm going to tell you my story. To me, it seems like I've told the story so many times that people may not want to hear it, but I hear from you guys all the time that no, we actually haven't heard the story. So, several years ago, I was working in politics. I was flying high. I was doing well, and I was running several organizations, and I got recruited out of 300 people to go clear across the country to run an organization. And when I did that, shortly thereafter, the board of directors changed. And when the board of directors changed, as you know, those of you who work in corporate America, they wanted their own person. And I was not that person. As the first person of color who'd worked for that, in that capacity for that company. So they fired me, but they didn't just fire me, guys. It was a high profile position. And when I was hired, I would give comments to the media on television, on radio, and newspapers about the business community. So when they fired me, guys, they publicly fired me. They put my picture on the front page of the newspaper. Guys, I am going to show you what I just did. I have coffee in my hand and I just spilled it all over myself while I was sharing with you guys. All right. Okay. Well, this show must go on, but look, this is crazy. This is crazy. See my coffee? It's no longer in my cup. Now it's on my dress. But anyway, little coffee never killed anybody. So going back to what we were talking about, that's another one of the secrets. One of the secrets out of the 10 is called persistence. So sometimes you'll find and yourself and you think, oh, well, now that's it. I just need to stop. It's a bust for the day. No, why? Little coffee never hurt anybody. You keep going. You just keep going until you leave the goal and you arrive in the place along the journey that you truly want to arrive at. Sometimes we allow the little foxes to get in our way. I had a guy who was very successful. She used to call the little foxes. Foxes are not on your side. Okay. And you know what? People that are with you when if this person is always around when things go wrong, maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't be around that person. Stop hanging around them. Okay? Find people that when you get around them, you feel good. You experience good. You experience new things. And you know what somebody said to me the other day? It's not always that we feel great around these people, because if they're people who are stretching us, chances are we may not feel that comfortable. We may not feel that great because they're pulling us and stretching us and causing us to stand on our tippy toes in order to be around them. So it's not always about a feeling. So people say, oh, well, go with the vibe. How do you feel? Do you feel great? But I'm here to tell you, you may not always feel great when you're doing something that's challenging. But it doesn't mean that it's a sign to say, don't do it, stop, don't go. Whenever we're stretching and reaching and growing, initially, it feels a little bit uncomfortable. It's like you talk to the guy who is the bodybuilder and he's building a muscle. And I'm about to move my muscle again and cause my coffee to spill. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say it. Sometimes when you're building a muscle that you've not built before, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be hard. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But the more you build the muscle, the more it becomes comfortable. So that's how I'm going to share this experience with you. So there's a young lady who has a business. She's been working in her business rather diligently, and it's been a challenge for her. And so she's been wondering, maybe just like you, is this for me? Is this something I should continue to do? And the answer is yes. Or look at this. Here's the basketball player. Can you guys see the basketball player? Yeah, you see her face? You see her attitude? And she's going up against the other basketball player? See her body language? Right. Does she look like she's relaxed? Does she look like she's coasting and that everything just feels great? No, she's in that mode of moving forward. She's a lion. She's, aggressively moving forward. And that's what I wanted to share with you. I've been listening to a lot of, sessions where people have been talking about, oh, it needs to feel good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Well, I'm here to challenge that thought. Just to challenge the thought. I'm not saying it's wrong, just to challenge it and ask you, when you were moving forward and you've stretched yourself or you've grown in an area, did it always feel good while you were doing it? Did it always feel right? For those of you who have several degrees, did it always feel good when you were sitting up at night studying and trying to make it happen? No, it didn't always feel good. But then once you completed the task, you felt really great. So that leads me to secret number one. I did all of that talking. We're at secret number one, guys, which is clarity. Making up your mind that this journey is not supposed to be a cakewalk. It's something that you're gifted for, or something that you have a natural inclination or ability for. But who told you it was supposed to be easy? Who had it easy? When we read autobiographies and biographies of people who have accomplished great things, when was it ever easy? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Gandhi. All of these people were people who accomplished great things, and they all went through challenges and hardships. Not to mention the religious figure. Okay? But if he went through all of this challenge in order to accomplish, why do we think that it's supposed to be so easy and effortless for us? And if it's not effortless, or if it's challenging, then perhaps we're going the wrong way. So I'm here to challenge that. Get clear about what it is that you want. Get clear about your desires. So somebody was talking about the the new year and saying, oh, we don't set New Year's resolutions anymore. We call it desire. What are you desiring for the new year? So what are you desiring? Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just ask yourself, what is it that you're truly desiring today? And desiring in this new year, not wanting, because you don't want that emotion of I want something that I can't have, or I want something that I don't have. You want to have the emotion of desire. It's a beautiful emotion. So get clear. Step one, get clear about what it is that you're desiring. Okay, write it down. But I don't want you to get stuck there. Because a lot of times, too, what's happened for me is that I would get stuck in the analysis. I do analysis paralysis. So I'd be writing and chronicling all the things that I desire. But the secret is not to do that. The secret is to go straight to step number two, which is to visualize it. Picture yourself already having achieved the thing that you desire. How do you feel? What is the emotion that is being elicited from you when you visualize yourself already having achieved the thing that you desire? And then thirdly, it's momentum, walking it out. Like what I'm doing now, walking. For those of you who are part of the 5,000 step per day challenge, you understand why I'm out here walking. Okay, the idea is that you're going to move. And you're not just going to move in theory in your thoughts, but we need to move physically. Okay, because there is a connection between the body and the brain, between the mind and the brain. Or I'm saying the mind and the body, the brain and the body. So much so that as we move physically, we're able to tap into wisdom and energy and calm that we wouldn't otherwise have access to when we're just stationary. So if you're living a stationary lifestyle, include that in your number three, which is momentum. And then I want to talk about proximity. So for me now, one of the things that I always wanted to do, my dream location was California. So I wanted to be close to the things that I truly desired. So what did I do? I picked up myself physically and I moved. So you see the sun is shining. Wait, this way. The sun is shining. Maybe you can see the mountains. Maybe you can't. Well, they're beautiful. I can see them. The idea, though, is to get in proximity to the thing that you truly desire. Okay? Maybe it's getting around the people. Maybe it's just getting the books and, reading the autobiographies. Maybe it's joining the organizations where the people that are doing the things that you would like to do are located. Proximity. That's really important. All right, moving right along on the list. Secret number 5, which I always love to talk about, eating right. So it's going to be very challenging to gain the whole world and then not be able to be around to enjoy it. So look at what it is that you're eating. I always tell everybody, get a nutritionist if you can, because what works for you doesn't necessarily work for another person, and what works for them doesn't necessarily work for you. So it's really important to look at what you're eating and make sure that it's something that works for you. All right, moving right along. Secret number 6. What are you thinking about? What are you focused on? Whatever you focus on grows. All right, so I want to encourage you to ensure that you are thinking on the thing that you desire and not putting your focus on the thing that you do not desire. Many times we're thinking about the past and we're focused on the past. I cannot change the past. My mom passed away and it made me very sad. And I cannot bring her back. But one of the things that I can do is to begin to focus on the things that I truly desire. And as I begin to focus more and more on the things that I desire, it helps me to think less and less about the death of my mom and how sad that made me feel. So, secret number 6 is focus. And whatever you focus on is what you become. And I have another video, it's a short, where I say, what are you thinking about? Because whatever you think about is what you become. And then somebody said, I'm not thinking about anything. Nothing? Well, that's even worse. You don't want to think nothing. All right, moving right along. Secret number 7 from the book, Overcoming Fear, Getting Unstuck and Living Your Best Life. Now we get to writing the plan. So for some of you, you're saying, well, why, Arlene? Why is write the plan so far down the line? Shouldn't write the plan be way up front? No. For those of us who need to overcome fear and get unstuck, we are very brilliant people. We are academics and we are very good at researching and writing and organizing. The part that we get challenged by is the actual doing. So that's why writing the plan is actually secret number 7, because I want you to get started. That's the most important piece. So many people who desire something could just go on Google and figure out how to achieve it. The challenge is not in the planning or in the what to do, although many people ask me when they're starting their businesses, well, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? It's actually not in the what do I need to do. It's in the who are you being? Who are you being? Okay? What are you focusing on? Write that plan, but don't be afraid to start moving, even without all the details of the plan. And I'm going to tell you a key secret here. None of the people who accomplished greatness knew exactly how they were going to accomplish it. There's no way that Martin Luther King knew exactly how he was going to do it. When he started out, he was asked to lead the organization. And initially he said no, he didn't want it. He thought there were very, very many more people who were more qualified and capable than him. But he started out, and as he started on the journey, one step he began to see a little more, and he took the next step and he began to see a little more, and then he took the next step and he began to see a little more, and so on and so forth, and so on with Elon Musk. Many people think of him as a great CEO, but when he started his SpaceX company, he started by asking the Russians to buy, if he could buy a rocket, and they told him no. I mean, he started out just seeking opportunities. He met a guy who he knew was capable, and he asked him to teach him how to do what it was that he wanted to do. And he kept working on it and working on it. Where he is today is not where he started out several years ago. And so I venture to say it's the same with you. Where you're starting, it may look like, oh, well, I'm not really sure how to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, but that's the great place to be. Okay, that's the place of opportunity. The sky is the limit. So I want you to move forward, even though you're not sure. Just like I'm walking, I want you to start the walk, start the journey, step by step. And as you step further and further, then you begin to see the stores. Oh, look, here, the store's coming into focus because I'm getting closer and closer. I wonder what the next store is. Well, we don't know until we get there, but I'm on the journey. Okay, the same way it is with our business or our projects or our endeavors. Oh dear, more coffee. Guys, look at what I'm doing to my dress. All right, next secret, environment. So another thing is my environment. My environment right now, because of the Christmas rush, there's kind of a lot of people out here. But generally speaking, it's a beautiful environment. Okay? It's clean. I like the stores. I like the ambiance. I like the environment. Here's a Starbucks. For those of you Starbucks junkies, no, Starbucks did not sponsor this video, but it's a nice little quaint Starbucks, a mini Starbucks. The idea is you want to be in a nice environment, an environment that's conducive or soil that's conducive to you yielding the result that you want to yield in the world. So, for example, if you want to have a top technology business and you live in an area where you don't have Wi-Fi, it might make sense to move to an area where you have access so that your environment is conducive to what you truly desire. Like I remember hearing the story or reading about the story of Taraji P. Henson, and she wanted to be an actress. And so she picked up herself without really knowing how she was going to do it and moved to California so that she could be more in an environment that was conducive to her getting those jobs for acting. So the same way, whatever it is that your goal is or your desire is, go to the area where you have an environment that is most conducive to that. So we're talking about proximity in terms of the people, but we're also just talking about your actual environment, okay? It's okay to move. It's okay to branch out. It's okay to do something different than what you've done in the past. All right, secret number 9. That's where we started out at the beginning when I had the microcosm of my spilling my coffee. We say secret number 9 is persistence. Okay, if you want to start that business, you want to grow that business, you may reevaluate the methodology, you may reevaluate the where, you may reevaluate the how, but you do not go back on the what. So you remain persistent as far as you wanting to grow the business or start the business or write the book, whatever the goal or project is. Persistence. Okay. Many businesses have failed just because people haven't hung in there long enough to see them become prosperous. And so the goal is, whatever it is, to remain steadfast and persistent. Suppose the people who started the civil rights movement had stopped and they weren't persistent because they did not see the Civil Rights Act of 1964 coming into play. Initially, they didn't see anything. There was no hope initially. As a matter of fact, a lot of the people who today are hailing him as a great leader, at the time, he was considered, rebel rouser. Like, he's stirring up trouble, okay? Because they didn't know how it was going to work out. That's a microcosm of your business or your venture. You're not sure how to go about doing it, but stay the course. Because I'm reminding you that all of the greats who began started just where you started, at the beginning. And then growth takes time. It takes time to grow into that large organization. And don't compare your beginning to other people's end. So there are some organizations that are huge. There's some life coaches that are, have achieved a multi-million-dollar status. But you have to ask them, well, how long did it take you? Did you do it in 1 year? And if they did do it in 1 year, are they steadfast? Are they still around in 2 years? Did they do something that allowed the business to blow up, but then they didn't have the infrastructure? So I'm saying to you, take the time. Take the time. And remember, success is not a destination. It's a journey. So enjoy the journey. That's also one of the key things. If you're not enjoying it at all, then you're going to give up. You're going to quit. So find the joy in the journey. Ooh, the fire truck. See? Ooh, they're telling us it's a sign. This girl is on fire. So keep going, whatever it is that's your project or vision. Be on fire. Okay, my head's in the way so you can't see the truck. All right, so we're going to do the master class for the first half hour. We're about a couple of minutes in. And then I'm going to go log off and I'm going to go to the Zoom meeting so that I can take your questions and begin to answer your questions, and coach you guys to success. And the last one, secret number 10, is you need a coach to do it. Get a coach. And what is a coach? A coach is somebody who comes alongside you and helps you to accomplish the journey. All right? So sometimes we get discouraged along the way and we need our coach to tell us, hey, you can do it, and come alongside us and help us to come up with that plan and track and see whether or not we're walking out the plan, and hold our hand sometimes when we need hand holding, and also encourage us along the journey when we need encouragement. And also a coach is somebody who's had a business or who has a business. And so the likelihood that they can help you is that much greater because they've walked the journey where you're walking or looking to or endeavoring to walk. So if you would like to start a business, or you already have a coaching business but you're looking to grow that coaching business, we'd love for you to go to the link at askarleneshow.com and schedule a consultation so that we can talk to you about how to go about doing that and how to go about taking the next step on the journey. So if you've listened this long, I already know something about you. I already know that you're persistent. I already know that you're goal-oriented, because you would not have listened this long if you were not. And that this content is something that's of interest to you. And so the next step on the journey is to actually take action. All right? So 90% of the information you already have, and it's just that little 10%, that little tweak, that needs to happen. And in the background is Calvin Klein. He's a perfect example. He didn't start out wealthy. He did not start out rich and famous. And he worked diligently over many years in order to achieve the status he has now. And I'm not saying necessarily that may not be your goal, but he had several coaches along the way and people who were already successful that held his hand and supported him along the journey. So don't do life alone. Don't do business alone. Please contact me. Let's do a consultation and let's get you further faster than you would be able to all by yourself. So you're going to go there. The time for us to talk. And if you already have a business and you're just looking to get the word out, go ahead and schedule a time that you show and have us help you to spread the word and get your message out regarding your coaching or business consulting. So the bonus that I have for you today is the power of your words. And this one is my favorite. The power of your words. What are you saying, not only to others, but what are you saying to yourself about yourself and about your venture? So remember, your thoughts control your feelings. Your feelings are going to control your actions, okay? And your actions control your destiny. Your actions are going to control what it is that you get out of life. So I sincerely wanted to share with you that when I was depressed and distressed over the situation with my mom, the death of my mom, I had to begin, as hard as it was, looking at where I could be and what I could do and why the situation, the death of my mom, why it could possibly be a good thing. It was really hard. It was really hard, but I had to build that bridge from where I was being distressed and not achieving the desire and get to where I am now, where I live in my dream location with my perfect partner, operating in my business, hosting my show, and doing the things that were always in my heart and on my mind and that I desired. And my goal is to help you to achieve your goals and dreams and desires as well. But I can't do it if you don't contact me. So go ahead and contact me via askarleneshow.com. Click on the link that says consultation and schedule a time for us to do the consultation and you to get started working with me. Yeah. The battle is not for the swift, but for he who can endure. So keep in mind the journey, but we want to endure. We want to stay the course. Stay the course, guys. Wherever you are now, as far as starting the business, or you're already in the business and you're looking to grow the business, or you perhaps you want to write that book and you're an author, or you desire to be an author. Stay the course and get started on the journey. Okay? And I'm here as your life coach to help you to manifest your goals and dreams and desires. And also go to YouTube and watch our most recent video. There's a lovely lady. She's actually a wellness coach. Her name is Jasmine Kelly. And she was able to lose 10 to 15 pounds just by the secrets that she learned in her wellness program. And she is happy to share with you those secrets. So I want you to go and watch the video and then contact her so that she can help you to release those extra pounds as well. And it's not through dieting and it's not through exercise. She has a well crafted, results oriented program to help you to move forward. So I've shared all the 10 secrets with you. It's 29 minutes after. And I said I'd come on for 30 minutes. So it's been a pleasure spending time with you, and text me as well if you have questions at askarleneshow.com or on the YouTube at askarleneshow.com or on any of the social media platforms at askarleneshow.com. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great one, and go and watch those videos, subscribe, and share, because there may be someone who needs this message of encouragement today, someone who is challenged and walking through this journey alone and thinks that their journey is actually a novel journey and that they're the only one struggling. So share the message, because you never know who may need it. And I'm always reminded of Miss America 2019, who seemingly had everything. She was beautiful. She was wealthy. She was, in her apartment in New York City, and she jumped off the building, supposedly a 60-story building. She was not happy. She felt hopeless. So share this message of hope with anybody in your network, because you never know who needs to hear it today. Thank you so much. Have a great Friday at 4 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. PST. And also don't forget to watch the Ask Arlene show on TV on Thursday evenings at 6:30. Thank you. Bye-bye. What it is that you'd like to hear me discuss. And also tell me how you're doing with your projects and your endeavors and your goals and your business. Thank you. Bye-bye.